Hey y'all, it's been a while since I've done an actual Stitchy update, but things have been crazy. I actually filmed an entire update and the computer lost it, and now the kids are out of school and it's hectic, it's tough. So you get to see me with very minimal makeup and we're just gonna try to get this done quickly. There's actually way more to show than usual because I went shopping at one point, but all right, let's go. So let's talk about what I've worked on. I worked on my ornament for Sammy. This is by Frony Ritter Designs. Sorry, I always laugh because there's French knots and I didn't do the best job. It looks wonky eyes on this angel here. So it's basically these cute little angels and a snow globe, and then there's going to be a baby Jesus and a couple of sheep on the bottom. It's cute, and I'm hoping that the next time I work on this, I can finish it. I really want to be done with it. I still have like the grown-up, like the family ornament to do. This is all from last year. It is what it is, right? Next, I have this is by Dimensions Gold Collections Petites. This piece haunts me. I keep making mistakes. I made another mistake. I think I still have to frog it, which I should have already done, but I don't think it's too big. I think it'll be a quicker frog. It's on 18 count 80. I'm using all the kit materials, so I don't know why this is like so hard for me, but here you go. I started moving up here and over here. It's beautiful. And I actually have some really good progress. It's just mistake after mistake. I don't know what's so hard about it. I made a mistake somewhere in here, and I think I did figure it out last time. I don't know why I didn't just frog it at the time, but the good news is it shouldn't be a big deal to get this one fixed up. Next, I have Miss Mary Mack by La Di Da. I love this one. So quirky, right? So this one I'm stitching on 36 count doubloon by Picture This Plus. So let me show you. This is all of my regular whips, not including like my seasonal holiday stuff. So here we go. I am almost done with the border, which normally doing that much border would be kind of boring, but I only work on this for a week at a time in between working on the chatelaine. So it's actually I kind of like that I'm working on the border, because the next time I work on this, I'll be able to finish up the border, and then I'll be able to start on the good stuff. And I think the rest of it's going to go pretty quick, except for Miss Mary Mack herself. She's pretty big chunk of solid black, but I think the words are going to go really fast. So that'll be really fun. I feel good. I've worked on this at least 3 times, so that will become significant later if I remember to talk to you about my plans. And lastly, of course, is the chatelaine, because I decided to focus on my chatelaine primarily this year. Obviously taking breaks from it because I don't want to go crazy. But here's butterfly lace. So I've gotten some really great progress on this. I finally have finished this whole middle section, minus the beads. And this is now on a 14-inch Q-snap, if you're wondering, wait, she barely had it fitting before. I pulled out the big boy Q-snap, okay? This is my big boy. And then I have started working on this area up here. I'm working on this 1/1 butterfly, which is pure torture. I've made a couple of mistakes I had to frog, which frogging 1/1, I think this is 32 count. Yeah, not fun. Do not recommend. But I did it anyway, even though I'm normally lazy, because it's 1/1 and I want it to look nice. But I think tonight I'm going to work more up with the regular 2/2. I'm going to work on that a little bit and then go back to the butterfly. Kind of go back and forth so I don't torture myself. I don't have the best eyes, and I don't have a Proctor magnifier right now. My Yocto Sun the nose pad has come off, so I can't wear it. It's extremely uncomfortable. It's just pure metal at this point, so I could probably just put something there, but anyway. And I don't have time for anything, okay? My kids are downstairs watching Jonathan Bird's Blue World on YouTube right now. Highly recommend if you have young children. It's great. he just does lots of great ocean content, but it's not like dumbed down for kids. Like I think I've only heard like one mild swear ever, and it wasn't him who said it. And it's just really appropriate, very educational, but fun for kids and the grown-ups. It's great. That was an aside. So next I'm going to show you guys, I actually bought some stuff, which is shocking for me. I rarely buy anything. I basically buy things at Celebration of Needlework, which is where I got this stuff, and if I go to any retreats. So let me show you what I got at Celebration this time. So I was naughty and I bought a couple of charts without kitting them up. I normally kit stuff up. I don't have a good excuse. This one is a Silver Creek Samplers. I forget what this one's called, but it's the pretty autumn one. This one's been around forever, but Silver Creek, Olivia, I can't pronounce that, never mind. This one, Silver Creek Samplers was there, which is why I decided to buy it. And I was like, I'm just going to get the chart in this case. I normally don't do that, and then I was naughty and I bought one other just chart. I got What Remains by Blackbird Designs. I thought that was so cute. What remains is love. I just thought that was so cute. And like, for this one, I probably have a perfectly appropriate fabric. I've been in a couple of Fabric of the Months for neutral fabrics, so I have a lot of 32 and 36 count neutrals. So I'm sure I have something that this could work for. I would just need to buy the threads at some point, which maybe when I get closer to actually stitching it, I'll get the threads. I like to have the fabrics for things, but like, again, when I'm getting closer, I might do the threads. Next thing is I got a cute kit from Old Colonial Designs, because they were there and they had a lot of other stuff too. Isn't this cute? So I don't know if I've talked to you guys about the Blue Jay thing. My dad reminds me of a blue jay. We always joke, my mom and I were joking about it, like a lot of people, you know, they associate loved ones who passed away with cardinals. My dad was not a cardinal. So I was just like, I don't know, and I'm like, he would have been a blue jay. My dad was bright and out there, very loud and obnoxious, and I mean that in a loving way. So I had to get this, and it's a really cute little kit that comes with like the little box and like fabric threads. It's really cute. And I thought that was nicely priced, so I went for that. I am going to actually work on this Christmassy time, in theory. Winter Robin. My son's named Robin. I love robins. This is a European one. I got the threads. Why did I just leave it in the bag? Not that they're that exciting, but I'll just show you real quick. I got the threads for it. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is actually going to be worked on maybe this Christmas. It's more of like a winter design, but like it's Christmassy enough, we're going to count it. I got fabric for another Christmas design I plan on working on this holiday season. I say that, but like I probably won't be able to. I don't know if I'll finish either one of those in time. But anyway, I'm working on a couple of smaller Christmassy designs is the plan before I do another big holiday finish, because last year I finished the giant tree. Anyway, right on the cover, this truck. I got this lovely fabric for it, right? Ooh, just dropped it all over. Right? Like, that's a great match. I'm not original when it comes to fabric. I try to match things usually. Sometimes I do get original, but this is light denim and Atomic Ranch, and it's a 36 count. I think that'll look great. Next is I bought a new chart. I got Yellow Submarine by Blackbird Designs. I love these Beatles inspired ones. They're just so cute. This is the first one I've actually purchased, and I got fabric for it from Needleworkers Delight, who are also there. This is a 32 count Lugana in Stormy Night. I thought that looked pretty good. Pam from New England, Stitch New England, right? Like, that's the name of the retreat. Anyway, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. She suggested picking out my own threads because she said the threads that it doesn't look that bright based on the threads that are called for. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll do that some other time again when I'm closer to actually stitching it, which could be, who knows. And then the last thing I did, oh, I got two more. Sorry. Forgot about one. Okay. So next, I have owned Nightmare for a little while. I love Nightmare. I just think this one is so cool. So different. And I know a lot of people have stitched it, but I want to do it. I don't know when. But there was a fabric dyer there. And so I bought a fabric from her. This was done by Riverview Stitching. Oh my god, I had to look it up, and I'm so embarrassed I didn't remember. But this is the fabric I'm going to use. Gorgeous, right? It's pretty intense, but I think it'll be cool. My idea is to do it on this fabric, but with like a light gray thread, and I think it's going to look really neat. So I'm excited for that. Someday. And then lastly, I have one more piece. So I got another piece from Silver Creek. This one I actually went ahead and grabbed the threads for. So this one's going to be a dedication piece for my dad. It's really sweet. There it is right there. When life is done. There's the threads. At least those are the non-DMC ones. And what it says is, I heart you just as much today as when you died and flew away. I'll not be sad nor shed a tear. Your memories will linger near. We'll meet again when life is done and soar away beyond the sun. So that's, I'm going to stitch it and cry a lot. It'll be lovely. I'm sorry, I'm laughing because, I'm such an awkward person. But anyway, there's cardinals. I'm going to change those cardinals to blue jays. Shouldn't be too hard. And, yeah, so I'm going to stitch that for my dad. I'm going to start it in August, actually, which I normally don't start things that fast. I normally only start something when I finish something, but I kind of owe myself a start. Plus, I'm thinking, yeah, that's the second part of what I want to talk about. I'm going to pause that thought for a second. And I'll tell you that at Stitch New England, I saw Amy. Hi, Amy, if you're watching. Love Amy. It was so nice to see her and chat with her. And that was awesome. I think that's the only person I saw that I knew there, but it was really lovely. I had a great time at Stitch New England. I only go there to shop, not gonna lie. I don't socialize as much as I'd like. But it's kind of hard because I'm basically leaving my kids with my mom, and it's just her now, so it's I don't want to overwhelm her because they're a lot. I love my kids, but they're a lot. Okay, so let's go back to the thought of me talking about, so when I was at Stitch New England and I was shopping, I hit a point where I just didn't want to buy anything anymore. And at first I thought it was because I was overwhelmed. But I think the reality is something a little bit different. I think it's more that, at this point, I have purchased so much cross stitch. I have so many things that are already kitted up. I just no longer feel a need to buy anything else. I just want to start the stuff I have at this point. I don't even want to do anything else. I just want to start what I have. So yeah, that's one of my thoughts right now is I'm trying to think of a good way to just start what I have. I have a lot of great stuff. Why don't I just start it, why am I not starting all of this great stuff? I don't, and I know why I don't. I don't because I don't like to leave things with just a few stitches in them. But right now, my thought process is along the lines of, if I have whips and my whips have a good amount of progress in them, why not start a new one? Or a decent amount. If I've worked on them for three times, I think, is what I've decided, I'll go ahead and start something. I might also start something when I finish something. We'll see. I think it's going to depend. I don't want to go too crazy and have too many whips. The idea is to have plenty of whips, but just make sure that they all have progress, right? And that they all get worked on. I like to be able to work on things at least once a year. I think that's pretty reasonable. But we'll see. I don't know. what's in store. Right now it's a little bit different because I'm focusing on the chatelaine, so obviously I'm not getting finishes unless I'm working on some little things, right? You're not getting finishes if you're working on a chatelaine. I'm not going to even finish that this year. My plan, I just wanted to get some really good progress in it. That's the plan, the goal. I'm doing great, you know. So I think next year I have a different plan. I'm not going to get into that right now, but I do think I'm going to start things a little more often, as long as there's plenty, like I said, as long as there's a reasonable amount of progress in all the whips I have. I don't see why not start something here and there, you know. I don't think it hurts. So I'll probably have like maybe a few more whips, but not too many, because again, I like to actually work on all of them. Okay, I did it. We got through the update. Trying to think if there's any life stuff to talk about. I mean, there is, but basically, school has been out for my kids. They got out on the 12th, and wow, it's been a little overwhelming having them around all the time. I love my kids, and I am stay-at-home mom anyway, but it's a change. It can be hard because, like, my son, for example, isn't good about telling me, like, when he's hungry, so I have to really be on top of making sure he eats, and if you go wait too long, he gets really angry, and then he refuses to eat, and he just has a fit, and it's really painful. So you have to be, like, really on top of it and, like, force him to eat something before he, like, explodes. It's not fun. And I feel bad. Like, I know you're not supposed to compare your kids, but, you know, you're going to compare your kids. My daughter, in the meantime, like, if she's hungry, she just grabs a snack or asks for something. I think he's just less aware of his body and how he feels sometimes, so it can be rough. The New Jersey Floss Tube Retreat is coming up. I'm a little bummed. I was going to be rooming with Amy of Amy Loves Toads. Unfortunately, she has dropped out. It's okay, Amy. I love you. I understand. But I have another roommate, and I do think I know her. It's Rachel, and I think it's the Rachel I met last year. So I'm excited about that. That'll be nice. I could afford the room on my own, but, like, hey, if you're having the price, definitely doesn't hurt. You know, like, that's more money I can spend on cross stitch, which, again, I don't even know if I'm going to buy as much this year. Like, I want to, but, like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to buy as much as I'm really thinking I would buy, you know, because it's just, I have so much already. What does one person need, right? But we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be something that catches my eye, and I absolutely have to buy it. I might also try to kit up some of the charts I already have. And by kit up, not as much the threads, as I like to get fabric, especially if we're talking needle workers. It makes more sense to get the fabrics, right? But I'm sure there will be at least one new chart that I just, like, can't say no to, you know. My garden's going well. You know, there's a few things here and there. I'll have a garden update, like, next week, so if you're super interested in my garden, it'll be there. I also have my book updates. I've been reading a storm right now. Like, I'm just reading so much, way more than I used to, and it's been pretty consistent this year. I don't know. It's been nice. The only thing that has changed is I haven't been playing as much of my instruments, which is a bit of a bummer, but, like, it's just kind of hard with the way things are right now with the schedule change and the kids and stuff. So I'll have to find time. I have at least been playing guitar here and there, but, you know, just a little bit, not as much as I'd like. So I guess that's all I'm going to update for now. I know that's not, like, an exciting life update. It's just, I kind of don't know what to say right now. It's just, things are going well, but, like, it's a bit much. I'm a little stressed. I don't want anyone to think I don't love my kids. It's just, it's different when they're home, like, all the time. Like, it's easier than it used to be, at least, when they were really little, so anyway, I hope you're all doing well, and see some of you in New Jersey. I probably won't update before then. I'd like to think so. No way. So,